There are moments in a nation's history when private grief and public duty collide, and the world is left watching. According to Zambia Monitor and Lusaka Times, Zambia is facing just such a moment in June 2025, as the nation attempts to honor the life and legacy of its sixth president, Edgar Lungu, amid an unprecedented funeral dispute. Before we continue, let's watch a brief 25-second clip from ZNBC News recorded at Lanseria Airport in South Africa. In this footage, the nation prepares to receive the late President Edgar Lungu. All rights to this footage belong to ZNBC News. It is included here strictly for informational and commentary purposes under fair use. Watch this.
Sophie, for people who don't know, there's of course a lot that's been said about getting Edgar Lungu's body back to Zambia because of the disagreements, let's call them, between his family and his successor.
The family and the government of Zambia did agree that he will be accorded the state funeral as a former sitting head of state in that country.
Edgar Lungu passed away on June 5th in South Africa, a loss that sent shockwaves through Zambian society and the region at large. In response, President Hakainde Hichilema quickly declared 7 days of national mourning, with flags flying at half-mast and public entertainment suspended, as reported by Lusaka Times. The intention was to provide space for collective remembrance, but what followed was a tense and sometimes painful standoff between the late president's family and the government, a standoff chronicled in detail by both Zambia Monitor and ZimLive. At the heart of the matter was a deep disagreement over funeral protocol. Lungu's family insisted on fulfilling his personal wishes, including an explicit request, as cited in ZimLive, to exclude President Hichilema from the funeral. Meanwhile, the government argued for a state funeral befitting a former head of state. The resulting impasse led to parallel mourning arrangements, rival condolence books, and, for a time, confusion among ordinary Zambians unsure of how best to pay their respects. After nearly 2 weeks of delicate negotiations, mediated in part by regional leaders such as Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa and former Malawian President Bakili Muluzi, according to Africanews, a fragile compromise was reached on June 17th. In a joint media briefing covered by Zambia Monitor, family spokesperson Maccabee Zulu and Cabinet Secretary Patrick Kangwa announced a plan that would honor both state and family wishes. The body of Edgar Lungu would be flown back to Lusaka, lie in state at his Chifwema residence, and be available for public viewing at the Mulungushi International Conference Center from June 19th to 21st, culminating in a state funeral on June 22nd. However, as Lusaka Times reports, even this compromise proved fragile. Just hours before the scheduled repatriation of Lungu's remains on June 18th, the family halted the process, accusing the government of breaking trust, most notably by circulating a funeral program without family approval and making sudden changes to the funeral procession route. Maccabee Zulu announced from Pretoria that the family could no longer cooperate under such circumstances, leading to another wave of public uncertainty and disappointment. Throughout these turbulent days, government officials repeatedly called for unity and calm. Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwitwa, quoted by Zambia Monitor, urged Zambians to refrain from divisive rhetoric, emphasizing that this should be a time for reflection and unity, not for blame. Police issued reminders to the public to maintain order as the funeral events approached, and Cabinet Secretary Kangwa assured the nation that all efforts were being made to honor both the family's wishes and Zambia's traditions. The Zambian media has described the situation as a national funeral feud, with observers warning that such public disputes risk overshadowing the dignity and solemnity of the occasion. As Lusaka Times and Africa Briefing have highlighted, some in the opposition Patriotic Front have openly sided with the Lungu family, while many ordinary Zambians, across social media and civil society, are calling for a swift end to the drama so the nation can grieve together. As of today, behind-the-scenes talks continue, and both the government and family have expressed hope that Edgar Lungu will soon return home for a burial that respects his wishes and Zambia's dignity. The prevailing sentiment, echoed by voices across the nation and the media, is a yearning for closure, respect, and unity in this moment of national transition. As we follow these events, referencing coverage from Lusaka Times, Zambia Monitor, ZimLive, and Africanews, we are reminded that funerals are never just about the past. They are also a reflection of the present and a test of a nation's resolve to heal and move forward. If you found this update informative, please subscribe for more in-depth coverage on African current affairs. What do you think? How should Zambia balance state tradition with the wishes of a former president's family? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and join the conversation.